bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Welcome to the Republic of Me. My name is Ivana, and this is a channel where I share my creative journey and some parts of my life living in the Mediterranean. Hi. So this Vlogtober is apparently a thing, and I didn't really know about it. I don't know where I've been, but this is the first year that I found out about it, and I thought that it's only something that younger generations do. But I thought I'd give it a go, and the reason is that it's more really for my benefit. This part when I'm sitting down and recording in front of the camera, this is the part that I like the least, and I always leave it until the end when I make my videos. And I don't understand. I see my kids and I see kids nowadays, and it's like they're born in front of the lens. They feel so comfortable and they just go on and they say, "What's up guys, what's going on?" They feel so at ease, and it doesn't necessarily come like that to me. You might not see that because I edit the videos, but I feel it. So I thought it doesn't mean that I'm going to upload every day, but during October. But what I might try doing is kind of an exposure therapy, really, just to kind of get used to sitting in front of this big lens and talking into nothing. So what I might start doing is just kind of sit down every day or every other day and record a few minutes and kind of compile it into video and post maybe once a week. That means that the videos, I guess, would be a bit shorter, but uploading a bit more often. Well, October 2020 started with a full moon. Full moon symbolizing completion, height of power, and clarity. And me being a night owl, we kind of have this love-hate relationship. Sometimes it keeps me up and not in the best spirits, and sometimes it gives me strength. One might say that this has nothing to do with the moon, but that it's all about what's going on currently in me, and it simply illuminates it and makes it known, just in case I try to ignore it. It was a beautiful moon though. If you see, I'm recording during the day, and it's been a while. I think I recorded only the first episode during the day, which means that the weather is changing, that it's getting a bit cooler for me, because the way that my house is set up, everything is one level. It's like a bungalow style with very high ceilings, so everything is one level: the bedrooms, the living room, the kitchen, except one room, which is my studio, which is upstairs, and it kind of overlooks the living room. But what happens in the summer is it just gets really hot up here, because all the hot air rises up. So it's impossible to record during the day unless I have the air condition, but then air condition interferes with the microphone. So I would record only in the night, when I could kind of bear the heat sitting upstairs and not having the aircon on. But now it's still very hot, but it's changing slightly. So, and I like the lighting more during the day. Also, with the weather getting a bit cooler, I'm looking forward to a few more walks during the day. Whether it's just in the neighborhood around our home, strolls by the sea, or visits to one of the surrounding villages. There is always something beautiful to look at if we just stop and take time to notice. So how is everybody doing? The kids, are they in school? What kind of systems do you have right now where you are with the kids? Are they going to school? Are they learning remotely? If they're going to school, are they wearing masks? This is something that's been on my mind lately, and there are so many things that I want to share and that I want to talk about. So maybe this kind of system of recording more often, maybe it's going to be a good way, because if I speak about everything that I want to say, whether it's thinking out loud or showing all the projects that I make, the episodes, they would just be too long, the regular ones that I make. But maybe this way, if I this system kind of that I'm trying out to record more often, but shorter clips, maybe this is gonna work out, because maybe I'm gonna be able, just as a vlog style, to share the things that I do, that I want to share, to say the things that I want to say. So the things I've been making for the past couple of weeks, mostly I'm going to talk about a weaving project that I embarked on. I'm weaving some shawls, but the different thing that I tried this time is making the warp long enough so it fits 2 shawls. I haven't done that before, but I don't necessarily enjoy the process of making the warp. So I thought this way, if I can kind of make it longer, I can weave one shawl, make like a little spacing, and then weave another shawl. And that way I don't have to do the warping twice. I can be done only once. The first shawl that I did was the warp was done in this it's a commercial 4-ply. I don't think I have it anymore, but the cone was similar to this. It's a black warp, 4-ply yarn. I think it was for machine knitting that I got from, I believe it's Woolen Knit from UK. I'm not sure. I'll check and I'll put it in the description. And I used that as warp, black, and as weft I used my handspun blue face Leicester. Again, this is the yarn that I used before when I was knitting a cushion that I showed in one of the episodes, and it's a blend of 3 natural shades of blue face Leicester, brown, oatmeal and white. So the yarn kind of comes out as a marbled type of yarn. It's very interesting how the fabric comes out using the same yarn, but depending what I do, how it comes out when it's knitted and how it came out as when I was weaving the shawl. When I was knitting, it seems like there were more concentrated colors in certain areas, and I would assume that it would also be different depending on what stitch I was using as well. For the cushion that I did, I used stockinette stitch, but I would assume that it would also be different if I used garter or another stitch altogether. But it's really interesting how you can get a different effect depending on what kind of project, whether it's, as I said, knitting or weaving, or what kind of stitch you use. Blueface Leicester, it's probably my favorite wool to work with, and I don't really know why. I cannot put my finger on it, because it's soft, but it's not extremely soft. There is much more softer fibers than that. But there is something about it that I really like. I love spinning it, I love knitting with it, I like wearing it. It's one of those very special yarns for me, and when I order my fiber, that's the one that I kind of keep precious, and I don't want to use it all up. So next time I order, I think I'm going to order more of BFL fiber in all natural shades. So this is the footage of the first shawl while I was weaving it, and you can also see the black yarn I used for warp. I forgot to say that that 4-ply that I had on a cone and used as warp is not the softest, and I would not necessarily use it for knitting. But since I have some cones of different shades left, I'm using it for weaving. And as it's quite thin and my handspan that I use for weft is thicker, I don't really mind, because the handspan kind of dominates and the shawls came out quite soft. For the second shawl, I'm not really sure all the fibers that I used, and I do need to get a bit more organized whenever I make just like one-off skeins when I blend on my drum carder. But I believe, because most of them include Corriedale, Merino and Alpaca, and based on the feel, I know that in the brown part, in the brown section of the shawl, there is some Alpaca and I believe Merino. And the black section, because it's done in kind of not perfect stripes, but there is a brownish section which is kind of marbled again yarn. And there are black sections. The black section, that's natural undyed baby llama. That I know. But for the brown one, I believe that it's merino and alpaca. Now, those two shawls that I made, the idea was that last month it was a friend of mine's birthday, and she asked me, well, she gave me a hint that she would like one of those natural colored shawls in natural shades. So when I was making those two, in my mind, the idea was that one of them will be for her. But since I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to give her a choice of all 4 shawls that I made until now, because they're all in natural shades, and let her choose which one she wants, whether it's from the 2 of the newest ones or 2 of the previous ones that I made. I want to know if any of you have an experience when you are making such large items like shawls, and when you wash them, when you soak them and you put them to dry. I don't necessarily need to block them, so I don't need to stretch them. Is it okay if I fold them while they are drying, kind of in half? Because they are really big, I wouldn't know where to put them to dry completely flat. Or do I have to leave them flat without folding them? Is it going to create like a crease or something? If you know, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll just experiment and try it out. So I think that will be it for me this time. Over the weekend we went. We had a family picnic at one of the water reservoirs, and there is a nice footage that I took that you're gonna see in the next segment. The kids really enjoyed it. The weather was lovely. Mario's niece, she came over from England, so we met up there. Mario's brother, he made barbecue. My sister-in-law, she brought some food. We sorted out the drinks. The kids really enjoyed it. It was like a adventure. But the water, when I was looking at it, because it's a water reservoir, being the end of the summer, the levels are quite low, which is going to fill up in the winter because we have some heavy rains. and always the water levels rise. Nonetheless, it was really nice scenery, and I hope you enjoyed that footage as well. So I hope you're well, and I'm gonna leave you with that, and this time a week in making. Thank you. Bye for now.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.